Good morning, folks, and welcome to Mike's Butcher Block. I have a little experiment going on here. I got some bitter melon at the farmer's market, and I said, "What is that?" And they told me it was bitter melon and said, "Very bitter." And I said, "I like bitter things." And all of the Asian ladies got very excited and told me their family recipe for bitter melon. So, one of them was a scramble, so I'm going to sort of go with that idea. This has been sitting in salt, and it's actually got its own water. That's from the bitter melon. So I rinsed it and salted it, and I'm going to rinse it again and squeeze it out before I put it in the pan. I'd like to use a wok, but I have an electric stove and the wok doesn't get good contact, so I'm going to probably use the old frying pan for this operation. And so there's our eggs for the scramble, some garlic. I made a poultice of thyme and sage for instead of the chicken poultry seasoning or whatever. And good old-fashioned salt, always good. And I'm going to top it off with a little bit of parsley, because, little paisano on top, and obviously the eggs, which and more water. They tell me to use lots of water because I'm warned it's very bitter. So let's see how this goes. Okay, here we are. I expressed all of the water out of the melon and then rinsed it and then expressed it again and then rinsed it and expressed it again. I wish you could smell, because the astringent fragrance is unexplainable, powerful, but I think it's nice. So I'm going to put some oil in my pan. A generous amount of my wife's fancy olive oil. That's probably some nice stuff. So we're doing a little Italian Chinese autumn moon bitter melon with the old sweet melon standing by for backup. See how this goes. Okay, here we go. Got my garlic in the oil. Bitter melon going in. I guess my garlic got a little browner than I'd like. That's probably alright. Maybe I'll turn it down a little bit. Shoot. So I'm using an all-clad instead of a wok. I don't know. I guess I like toasty garlic too. So maybe that's a feature, not a bug. We'll see. Alright. I'm going to get these guys I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Give them a good... Oh, you know what? I need to put some seasonings in here. And turn it down again to season some more. Okay. Gave it a generous dose of salt and my homemade poultry seasoning. Look at that. Look at that. That's coming together, I think. Yeah, I'd like to flip that stuff over a little bit more and get that down, get that seasoning down in there. And then we're going to add some water and let it just sit for a while. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are. It's been softening up and steaming a little bit. I drained off some liquid, but I just had a little bit too much. And you can really smell the sage. I'm going to go in with the eggs now. Get them. There we go. So I need to turn it up again now for the eggs. Mission accomplished. All right. I'm going to put another egg in there. All right, folks, here we are back at Mike's Butcher Block. Did a little taste test on this guy. And it is bitter, but it's delicious. I decided to put some tomatoes on it, dial up the Italian. And I put some cherry tomatoes. So we're celebrating the autumn moon. Go out and get your moon pies at Sheng Kee Bakery on Irving Street. I'm told that's the best moon pie in San Francisco. And here we go. I'm going to try this out. Got a little, what better for a bitter breakfast than a hot cup of black coffee? And stay tuned. All right, folks, here I am enjoying my bitter melon, eggs, a little scramble, celebrating the autumn moon. My idea was to sort of mix a little bit of Italian and a little bit of Chinese. And I think it worked out well. The tomatoes definitely give it a little sweetness. It's not too bitter. It's bitter. The Asian ladies were so impressed that I knew about eating bitter and that I enjoy eating bitter. Not everybody does, but I do. Astringent. Black coffee. Bitter melon, which is sort of between like a cucumber and like a squash. It has a pulpy inside, and in my case the seeds were a little bit red, which I think means that it's getting pretty ripe. It's ripe. I don't know, it's just fun. It's fun to like take a little Asian culture and mix it in with a little Italian culture. Serve it up in a bowl. And I like eating out of a bowl. I'm gonna write this one down as successful. Get out there and get yourself some moon pie. That's next up. I'll show you what a moon pie looks like. It would be really good to chase down the bitter melon.